Hey, Vsauce! Michael here.
Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Goostie.
Hello.
My Stardew Valley isn't capturing. Why does this happen
No.
every time? There it is.
Literally every time.
I don't know why. I have it captured beforehand, and it's working, and then it isn't. Yeah.
This
How are
is
y'all
my
doing?
response.
How are y'all doing? Yes, thank you for shouting out, my friends. And howdy, Iris. Howdy, Dano. Howdy, Rosie. Hi, I see you in chat. Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome on in. Great to see y'all. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, I have no mail. I assume everything's been done already. I've just been in bed all day.
I think so. The crops are watered, and that's pretty much all we have, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
I planted some, by the way. I think that's pretty noticeable.
It's been so long since we've played. I have no idea. I've missed it a lot, though.
The ones that are seeds are, some are forage, and then the rest, I have no idea.
Let's see. They are melons. Yeah,
oh.
And some ancient fruit.
What is over here? Just curious.
Hot pepper, tomato, and blueberry.
That
Very
like
interesting.
I think those are
like summer crop bundle stuff.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I've been researching.
I know you. I've seen you've been playing so much Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
The addiction has begun.
Yeah, I've been there. I think
Even
we've all been
Goostie
there.
knows.
Yes.
I married Alex, divorced him, married Emily, divorced her.
Why
Oh
did you
my God.
divorce them?
100%.
No.
Are you divorcing everyone?
Uh-huh.
Oh my
You know what
God.
you could do instead? You could get the mod where you can marry everyone.
Oh
At the
yeah.
same
That's not 100% though. There's a cutscene where you have to divorce everyone.
No.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saving your best girl for last then?
No.
Oh,
Oh my God.
no one is safe.
I'm saving Krobus for last.
I love Grobus. That's who I was gonna uh um move in with on this playthrough. Grobus so good. I
None of my
forgot we
friends
even
would have
had
been
sprinklers.
Sebastian. Harvey, Haley is the top one because obviously.
I'm out of Wawa for one of them.
Wawa.
Wawa.
There's a town in my province called Wawa. And I know this because there is a giant statue of a Canadian goose that overlooks the highway.
Oh,
It is
Why?
absolutely horrifying. The
I
first
must.
time I saw it, I was driving in like the thickest fog ever, and then this goose just emerges from the fog. Incredible.
We must see the goose now.
You want to see the Wawa goose?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I'll DM it. I'll send it in our group chat.
Yes, please.
The goop is off to the mine.
It's so big. Okay, okay. Um,
Oh, the
Here.
bathhouse is open.
Here's a goose.
Wawa. I love them.
Yeah.
I will take the Wawa. Put them in the goop home.
Hi,
Why
Rosie.
does it look like a memorial for a goose?
It might be. I don't I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not a goose expert.
A
Oh, I
memorial
just
for
gave you wood.
Wawa.
Need the wood.
You're welcome.
Do you need the wood?
No, don't worry about it.
Why can't I pick this up?
Oh, my chat's not working on this scene. Hold on.
Well,
I love technical issues.
Also, as per usual, I am eating.
What's Rosie eating today? Oh, where's Goostie?
it disconnected me.
No.
Wait, does this mean I'm not in the mine?
Oh.
No.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh.
I am eating doggeroni.
What is that?
It's like mac and cheese, but with hot dogs in it.
Oh, classic.
I had just gotten a winter roots right before it disconnected me. Oh wait, we don't need a winter root. Never mind.
What do we need for forage? Is the forage done?
Let me check.
Yeah, it looks like it. Construction bundle.
We need 10 hardwood.
Yeah. And then red snap. We can go fishing. Cause I'm pretty sure red snapper is summer.
I think so. I'm not sure. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I remember.
Gold bar, earth crystal. Things we really can't do yet. Oh, I was so good tonight. We didn't do the spring crops bundle all the way.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We need to go back for corn, I'm pretty sure anyway. Or not corn, sorry, parsnip.
Yeah. Oops. I do not remember how to play this game. It's been so long.
We need a crab pot bundle
I
thing.
must see my son lost to this forever.
Oh, I found a book.
Are you
I don't
singing a FNAF song?
Yes.
It's okay.
I was watching some people play FNAF right before I joined the call.
How was it?
It was funny.
Good. I'm actually replaying it right now. I
Oh my
hate
God.
Yes,
it.
you are.
I hate it.
I'm too much of a weenie to play it.
I am too, but my Mallow's reached my goal and I can't back out.
Oh
I love the
no.
Scrunklies.
Grunklies?
Oh, I found another book.
Scrunklies.
Grunkly.
The Jester Scrunklies.
What? The Skrunklies?
The Scrunklies.
Who are the Skrunklies?
Son-in-law?
I guess you'll have to figure it out. No, I'm kidding.
Eh.
Goosey is right.
Hey.
What
Rats
did you
also like
say?
Sun drop and moon drop.
I have no idea who they are.
They're the ones from daycare and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Oh, I know nothing about it.
We must educate Matcha on the FNAF lore.
Oh
Yes.
no. Oh no.
I don't even remember how it actually starts, so.
It's gonna be a low of 13 here tomorrow. Oof, I'm so sorry. It's been getting cold here too.
It has been getting cold.
Yeah, we had a lot of snow the past couple days. And then we had a lot of rain, and so now it's just gross here.
Yeah,
Me
where
or
I live,
snow.
there's gonna be like a really big storm, like in the span of like today, and then like stopping like Saturday. So
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Give me that snow, Matcha.
You want the snow?
Yes.
You
I
can.
haven't
You
had
have
an
it.
actual snow.
Oh no. Yeah, you can come take the snow. I'll mail it to you.
Hey. You promise?
I promise.
Yay.
I just want Goosey to just receive just water.
No.
Just a wet, gross envelope.
Yep.
My snow. It's melty.
Where are you two, by the way?
I am up fishing near the mines.
I am inside mines.
Okay. So there's no reason for me to go to mines. I'll do beach fishing then.
Okay.
I use red snapper even in summer. Red snapper.
I just want a ladder. I've been at level 57 for too long.
No.
Oh, it's during rainy weather. Never mind.
Ah.
Ladder. At least I will get a good amount of bat wings.
Ah,
Eh?
bat wings.
Mm-mm.
We
Bat
do need
wings.
bat wings for the bundle.
Yeah, for one of them.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how many bat wings we need?
10.
Give me that fish. Give me that fish.
Oh
Give it.
well.
Give it. Give it. Give it. Give it. Give me the fish. Give me the
I
fish. No, don't go in the wall. Come back. Give. 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 Give.
I'm sorry. Is a fish going in the wall? Like what?
Yes, I think I'm having a little bit of lag.
Oh.
I have a ghost fish though.
Ooh.
I haven't experiencing any lag at all.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not sure why it might be on my end, but maybe it's storm related. It has been raining here for a while, so.
Why am I going in the mines at 8 p.m.?
That's a dangerous
Oh,
game.
Join the game.
Ghost.
E.
Other ghost.
E. People call me both Ghost and Goose, so I react to both now.
I call you ghost.
Good.
I
Makes
think.
me happy.
Goose.
Some people
Goose.
will call me Ghosty though. And like I'm okay with it, but it also makes me kind of sad.
Oh boy, this lag. They're like on me.
You are getting lag?
They're like not like going back like they're supposed to. They're just like huddling there.
Yeah. It's a little rough down here.
Why is that so hard?
No worries,
More
Iris. You take care, friend. Thank you so much for the lurk.
Bye, Iris. Oh, hi.
Iris.
You just noticed me?
Yeah.
I've been
I
down
did
here
see
for
you
an
earlier.
in-game hour.
Well, you get to watch me eat all my carrots in the other wall then.
That is true.
Tell me if you find a ladder.
Hi,
I'm trying
Sanko.
very hard. I'm dealing with a goose that's just not disappearing.
Hi, Sanko.
I
It's good
feel
to
that
see you, friend. Good luck, you too.
It's almost 11.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Good luck, goose. You're gonna need it.
No, don't leave me. Rosie.
I'm not leaving. It's just the goose is not going away. It's just there
Danger Goose.
constantly. Watching me. Watching you even. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, okay, I'm not finding a ladder. We gotta go.
It just died.
Run, mini me, go.
Yeah, I can't find a ladder.
Standing there menacingly.
Menacingly.
Hey, they're taking my job.
Being spooky and everything.
I'm supposed to be the spooky one. I'm the one that spooks.
You're
For some reason, I thought you were doing like the Nightmare Before Christmas song.
I'm the one that creeps in the night.
Yes, exactly.
I'm the one that's gonna pass out.
Uh-oh.
Same.
Uh-oh.
Please, please. I have a ghost fish. I need to donate it.
Oh no.
You got this. I believe in you.
Run, mini goob, run. I'm bunking with one of you. My house is too far.
All good. Sleepover time. Oh shit, get the fuck out of here.
I was about to go into the chicken coop.
Sorry, I got a stupid bot in my chat.
You're gonna pass out.
I made it.
Yep. Wait, that
Oh.
was so good.
Damn.
How?
Hee 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 hee.
That was
How was
impressive.
that kill?
The goo is the best. I have my ways.
Bunk.
Ah!
I know.
Bunk.
That's the ghost fish, though.
Good job, Matcha.
For what?
Bunk.
The bot?
Mm.
Yeah.
E.
We want to offer promotion of your channel. Please leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm off to drop off the
He's been
ghost
watered.
fish.
Yeah.
We don't need a solar essence, we need a void essence. So the solar essence is literally useless. Right now.
Oh yeah, I have 2 hardwood too.
Okay.
Oh, worms.
We don't have any void essence.
Let me see if I do. No, but I have
A worm?
27 bat wings. Oh, worm? And slime.
I have just enough. Also, how many hardwood did you say you had, Goostie?
I have 2 hardwood.
We have 5 now.
I might have some in my chest too, but I don't remember.
You wanna go check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go donate bat wings? I have enough.
Yes, please.
Okay. I will do that.
Goostie.
E?
You have unmilled rice, apparently. Also, we need an earth crystal, so I'm stealing one of yours.
Right.
For the, bundle.
Right. Oh, dang it, I had a blackberry earlier and ate it in the mud!
No!
Oh no.
Dang, my greediness!
Can't you just get one, like, foraging?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think... No, wait, I got it from the cave. From our little cave. Hello, sir, I have a scroll.
Oh boy, a cutscene. Oh, now we have additional bundles.
Hey.
I don't think I had any of this stuff yet. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Hello.
Oh, well. Which one do we need the earth crystal for? Hold on.
I'm not sure.
This is not it.
Do we need the slime for anything
It feels
anymore?
like boiler room. Yeah, it's boiler room. Boiler room.
Nice.
E. Omni geodes. Which is good. And we also have the, what's it called? The safe bundle unlocked. I forget what it's officially called.
Oh, yeah.
Vault.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't have enough money for anything right now.
Me neither.
Should I immediately open these geodes or should I save them for like treasure trove stuff? Not treasure trove. What's it called? The one where you trade with the desert person.
I have no idea. Sorry. I haven't done a whole lot in the desert, honestly.
That's fine. I'm just gonna open them because we don't have the bus unlocked yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
Iridium,
Ooh.
gold, which is not bad. I don't even know what. Okay, this is a new one. This is a new one. And this might also be a new one. Yep.
Sandy's the name of the shopkeep? Yeah, I think so. In the desert. Una.
Ooh.
Nice, Rosie.
E.
Rosie donating so many things.
E. I'm learning.
Let me in.
Let me in!
Stardew. Let me in.
Where are you? What?
I'm trying to go into the town and I'm on a loading screen.
Oh no.
What?
What?
Oh. No.
Uh-oh.
Let me in. Why are you doing this to me?
I'll go through mines again, I think.
Why would you have to take me all the way back here?
Sad.
Why am I at Matcha's house?
Maybe it's because it's the last place he slept. I'm not sure
Maybe.
though. It is, right? Or did you sleep in your house?
I think it was the last place I slept.
I have no idea. That'd be funny though.
That house might be spawn point.
Maybe.
No,
It's like
not the
general
loading
spawn
screen
point.
again. I just want to donate a geode.
What the heck?
If you crash again, do you want me to donate it for you?
It's in my inventory.
Okay.
Maybe if I restart my game, it'll work.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Our poor Ghost.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Head pats for the goose.
Oh, this is funny. They're like sliding on ice.
From like the lag?
E.
Oh no.
They're like sliding on ice instead of like jumping back. They're just like, well, guess I'm going backwards now. Area infested. Oh no.
Oh fuck. Good luck.
Oh, there's so
Hello.
many dust
Oh.
sprites.
Attack them all. Gain their coal.
That was actually pretty good. Considering that there was no knockback.
Yay, I can finally donate.
Yay!
Yippee!
There we go. Okay. Frozen Geode. I forget that you need to donate it.
It's too bad I can't go to Flint. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have another one.
Oh
Do
no.
I need a donate a spice? Spice, baby. No spice berries.
Oh.
Dang it.
Mm. Wait, that one has appeared.
Oh, I'm so EP today.
I know.
No.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's been very, like, low energy for me today.
Me too.
Um,
Oh boy, I leveled up.
E. And what? What skill?
Fishing.
Oh, okay.
Man, I love fishing.
Hells yeah.
I think while I was, like, seriously playing Stardew, I think I appreciate, like, or understand, like, the, appreciation for, fishing, but it's still not really my thing.
Yeah,
E.
I feel that.
It took me a minute to formulate my sentence, sorry.
Oh good, I got you.
I get the same way, do not worry.
Yeah. Me too.
It is 10, we can go for 2 more hours. Frozen Geode. I am not buying the stairs. What is my luck even today?
Oog.
My luck must be really bad.
The luck today, it says the day is in your hands.
Oh, that makes sense. It's not good luck day.
No. My mod
you-
tells me the luck.
Yeah.
I was wondering where you were getting this information from.
I just know.
They just look at the sky and, like, they're like, today we feel like it's neutral.
Yeah, I'm just making things up. No, the mod does actually say.
Where's my resource? Where's my resource? I made it the heck up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know all. I know everything.
Mhm. Wait. Oh, level 2 combat.
Nice.
E.
am off to the mines. No, wait.
Oh,
I need to wait for chickens. How much are chickens?
I do not remember. Sorry.
I feel
It
like
is okay.
2,000 something.
I might have enough. We could get our very first chicken.
I
Chicken.
feel like it's either 2,000 or 2,500.
Let me look really quick, just to be sure. Because I don't want to waste time and then turn out I don't have enough.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair. I have some more seeds.
Oh,
800
red
gold?
pepper is me.
We could get 2 chickens.
Did you say 800 or 8,000?
800.
Oh, that was a
Damn.
lot cheaper than I was expecting.
We could get 2 chickies.
Yes.
Yee.
We gotta.
And then one day, we get the moo-moos.
The moo-moos.
Moo-moo.
I saw you
Yes,
water the cat.
Yeah. I'm just gonna dump water on you now. Dump. Crystal fruit. Do we need crystal fruit for forage bundle?
I have more seeds on me. Where'd they come from?
No. Grass ram. We do need crystal fruit. Yeah, we can donate that then.
Oh,
Does anyone else have iridium ore? Or is it just me?
Witches?
I
Which
don't
one?
think so.
Iridium ore.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, I
That's
actually
fine, I'll
have
just save it right
2.
now. I'll give you my extra one. Since you have more.
Okay, you sure? Oh.
Yeet.
Oh, I'll stay inside.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Here.
Thank you.
We have a white chickie. What shall we name them?
Fluffy. I don't know.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
And then...
Fluffy and fuzzy.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes, I love it.
I shall buy them some hay.
Why did I immediately think of life?
Wait, why am I at the sewer? Why am I at the sewer?
Cutscene moment.
No, I know about this.
That's
Go
what I was
away,
doing.
children.
Go away.
I must feed the chickens. They need their foods.
Batwing we don't need anymore. Do we need aquamarine for something? I don't think we do. We don't have the ore one.
Hello, children. You are so tiny. I can't store the hay. No.
Do we need a tiger trout for anything?
I feel like we do. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Tiger trout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for river fish.
Okay, I've got one. The traveling merchant's here, by the way, if anyone wants to go see her.
I am too poor.
I got the tiger trout from her.
Hey.
I'm a legit hoarder just right now and just like holding on to everything.
That's fair.
Oh, they're so cute. Look how many they are.
I know. Many babies.
Oh, I gotta go see them once I donate this fish. Hi, Void. Welcome. I guess you can type in my chat now. Hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. River fish. Doo-doo. Oh, nice. Now the... Oh, I got bait. Oh, okay. I see. Nice. I'm doing okay, Void. How are you doing?
Pepper
Yeah.
for summer bundle. And then crystal free for forage.
Hmm. What do I want to do? I think I'll go to the mines.
Mm,
You've been in bed on TikTok? That's valid.
Oh, I got gold. I have enough for a gold ingot for a bundle.
Ooh.
oh, good. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I got
I was
crystal fruit
just gonna
too.
ask that. We don't need crystal fruit anymore.
Ah, dang it. Then I shall eat it if I need it.
Nom.
Yeah. I literally just donated it. Sorry.
It is okay. That just means more food for the boob to eat.
That's
Kind
fair.
of. I don't know if I could taste.
No worries, Void. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good shower.
Each. I just. Okay. Never mind.
Huh? Oh, fuck. Who's down here?
Hello.
Why did I say peach out loud? That was bad timing.
Peachy.
Soot sprites.
You don't need salmonberry for anything. That's not a bundle item. We can sell these strawberries. I don't know why I have more than one. I ain't even bored.
Your hammer is so loud, Goostie.
Hey, why is this so loud?
It's just like bang, bang, bang. It's really funny.
I like making a ruckus. You gotta let people know when you're in the room.
Oh,
Yeah, that
crystal
feels like a
egg.
very Goostie thing.
The truth is, I don't like that. That's actually the opposite of what I like.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Haley.
Do I have music turned off? That's why it sounds so weird. There we go. That's better. Now we're talking. Oh fuck.
Fire.
Get out of here,
Yeah.
bat. Only one.
Muns. Muns.
Oh, a yellow slime.
Ooh.
What?
This slime.
Oh, probably rush slime.
Test slime.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen a yellow slime before.
Yeah.
Oi.
Probably rare.
That's cool.
Oi. I'm right here. What you talk about?
Oh, true.
You're
I'm
orange.
sorry. I
Learn your
forgot.
colors.
I
I'm meant to be more yellow though. I promise.
Rob me.
Rare seed.
It's Ghost.
Also, wedding ring 100%.
Wedding?
Wedding ring. Do we need a rare seed?
I don't think so.
I mean, I wasn't meaning more like bundle. I was meaning more like money, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If you want, I guess.
Although it's only available in fall, so I don't know if I want to get it right now.
Yeah.
Also, do we need truffle oil for bundle? I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure we do.
Okay.
For
Feels like Bolton.
for the artisan bundle, and I feel like also the chef's
Artisan.
bundle. Oh shit, I'm being attacked. Maybe the chef's bundle too.
Chefs is a no. Artisan. 1 second. Artisan. Oh yeah, we do. Okay. Okay. I can't get any more.
All good.
I was checking my menu, and then now they are gone.
Oh. Sorry, I killed a ghost. That's what it sounds like. So, not you, Goostie. I remembered you this time. I'm sorry. Pop, 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 pop.
I
So
set that
true.
up as a redeem for my channel. Makes me so happy.
Hi, Rosie.
Hello.
Oh.
Why am I going in the refrigerator? No, that's not right. Why am I going to the mines at like almost 12? That's not fair.
Oh no.
I almost said refrigerator.
I'm going into the fridge, Rosie. I'm sorry.
Go in there.
But it's cold in there.
You must feel my pain, Rosie.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so sad. Okay, we need aquamarine for dye, and I have some of that.
Do we
Ooh,
have?
I got one
We
too.
have clear sauce. Okay. Baked fish. Sorry, what?
I'll donate it tomorrow if y'all want.
Here you go, chickens. You may have some light.
I forgot to look at the chickens. I gotta do that
Chickens.
before I go to bed. This is very important.
Chickens.
Oh, they're so little.
Small babies. They tired. They eat.
Tiny. So full of eep.
Yes. Love your chimkins.
Oog.
2000.
Hey, I was in the local paper.
What?
I was in the local paper.
Wow.
Let's go.
For some reason, that translated to you in real life being in the paper. I don't know why.
Yes, I'm in your book now. I'm like that one dude from those childhood books that's like paper thin.
Flat
that.
Stanley.
Yes, I'm Flat Stanley.
Sorry.
I did it. Flat Stanley no more. It's Flat Goostie now.
Flat Goostie. That'd be really good art.
Yes.
Water.
Wawa. I forgot to give them Wawa.
Oh my god, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Oh, I have mail. I forgot to check. Oh my god, I was also in the local paper.
Hey, yo.
We were all in the local
Oh
paper.
my god, we're so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Iceberry. Morning. Oh.
Oh, achievement.
Yo.
Yay!
We have a rare crow.
Nice.
Yay! Wait, is that individual to like us, or is it like towards like everyone?
I think it's towards everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have 3 rare scarecrows then.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Yay! And pumpkin seeds. For some reason.
Let me look in the trash. Let me look in the trash.
Oh no.
I already
let
did
me
that.
look in the trash. Ah, dang it.
Well, I did some of them. That you might be lucky with some of them. I don't know.
Yeah, you can be. I just wanted to look in it for no reason, though.
Mm.
Which one is the ingot? 2?
Haley.
Yes. The boiler is
nice.
ready.
Hell yeah. Good
We
job,
have a
Goostie.
furnace.
Nice.
Yippee!
Okay. Now we have like 4 different furnaces.
Yes, I know you're the Junimos.
The Junimos.
Go, little fella, go. Live freely. Be happy. They got a star.
Yay!
Little baby. Thank you.
Little baby man.
Which one did he even complete?
It's the boiler room. They're following me. I
Oh,
want to take you home, but I can't.
sad.
That's how I felt.
Ooh, what's this?
And also
Oh,
the fact
it's-
that you like go back in and they completely just disappear. So sad.
Oh, they do that.
I did
Uh-huh.
it. I beat Minecraft.
Yeah.
I got a diamond. I know this isn't Minecraft.
Victory Royale.
True.
I want to be that person who's just like, actually, Minecraft is not just getting a diamond.
It's about the friends you made along the way.
And the Ender Dragon.
Yes. Also that.
And the Ender Dragons you made along the way.
Yes. That we made. Hey yo.
Hmm.
I feel so sad.
It is okay, Rosie. We'll keep your secret safe.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I didn't mean that. I was on stream.
He.
Ooh, I got a ruby.
Ooh.
Oh, someone in the mines.
Yeah, that's me, but I just left. Unless Goostie's
Someone
there
is
too.
gonna be in the mines.
I'm not in there.
Oh,
There's a bunch of ladders, so I just assumed someone was in the mine.
yeah, that was me.
Okay.
I'm trying to rush to the blacksmith real quick to upgrade my pickaxe. No, wait, I need money! No!
No.
I forgot. Damn communism.
Oh, I hate that sound.
Communism.
That's sure.
It is okay, I gotta get hay for the Jimkins.
I hate the sound of communism. I would mean the slime and what sounds it makes, but close enough. Communist slime.
What am I doing here? Jimkins.
Nice! And nice.
Yeah.
Yee!
Successful trip to the mines.
Please still be open. Please still be open. Dang it!
Oh no.
The Chimkins will only have 2 hay tomorrow. Poor Chimkins.
Very sad.
Sad day for all. Do we need slime for anything?
I did it!
Slime?
What'd you do?
70.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. I
You-
think I'm going to sell my slime.
That's fair. I think you can use it for crafting later on. But I think that's about it.
Robert.
Oh. Oh,
Ooh.
What?
my chair just cracked. And I'm
Well,
EP.
taking the train to the Victoria Junction. Where am I stuck at? I'm sorry if it's
Rose in here. I
Check.
need spring onions. Sorry.
No, you're good.
All good.
Just saying, I wish I could see through the trees better.
Mm. Marnie likes quartz. So I'm giving her quartz until she's like, I will give you underwear. Wait.
Romance.
I will give you shorts.
Whatever it takes, man.
Why?
Remember,
So
chat,
okay.
if you want to be friends with someone, just give them quartz and you'll know you're friends when they give you underwear.
Yeah,
It's true.
you heard it here first.
I am fumbling today.
That's okay.
It is okay. Pat.
Pat, pat.
It's
Pat.
a streamer thing.
But that's just a theory.
Russ.
Just keep
No.
a theory.
Too soon.
It's still much.
He's not gone yet. It's okay. When he's gone, then we cannot do it. Hello.
Oh wow. Where are you?
I am below Rosie's house. Hello.
Oh, there you are. Guess what?
What?
Eat sap.
Not the sap.
Eat sap.
Why?
Eat sap.
No. Wait, is the sap supposed to be a thing towards me?
No.
Is that what you're suggesting?
No. Why?
First soup.
I would never.
First soup, now sap. Someone also said pizza one time.
They called you pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Is
look.
it because
What?
Hmm?
is it because of your hat and how it's red and then the cheese is
I-
like orange?
Honestly, I do not know. I don't think I ever will know.
I don't know. I don't know. People are weird.
Honey pizza is good though. I've had it one time.
I have heard of it, but I've never had it.
You put
I would-
honey on pizza?
I don't, but my cousin's wedding, he had a pizza buffet from this one place.
Oh,
My cart. We're Minecrafting now.
Ritual.
But he had it at his wedding, and there were a lot to choose from. I chose a spicy one, but my other cousins that were there said to try the honey one. So I tried it, and I've been craving for it again ever since.
oh, it sounds
it's
really
so
interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember what all was in it, but it was so good.
Mm.
It was just like the honey that was the sauce.
Oh,
Oh.
I had pizza for dinner tonight.
Lucky.
It was okay.
Pizza sounds
It
so
sounds
good
like-
right now.
It sounds like a dessert like pizza.
A
It
little
kind of
bit.
is, yeah. I'll have to see if I can find the place again and see what was all in it, though.
Mm.
Gotta go see the chickens.
Okay, so that is grass.
Pet the chicken.
All of these are melons. I feel like the rest are forage. Chicken!
It's a little
Chicken!
chicken.
Chicken.
Wait! We need to go buy a silo right now.
How much is it?
Great question. I don't know. But we need to buy a silo for feed.
I definitely don't have enough right now. I'm gonna go to the mines, though, and see if I can get anything.
Hell yeah, Void. Nice. Well, welcome back. Good to see ya.
How much silo? Stardew. It is. Oh, we need materials
Oh, yeah.
because it's not a Barney thing, it's a Robin thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
100 gold, 100 stone, 10 clay, and 5 copper bars. Which I have enough copper, I think.
I just
know
got
what I'm doing today.
10 copper ores, so I have a little bit more. I don't know how much
was
I have in my
thinking
house
copper,
though.
I think.
I think I have quite a bit at my house, so you can
I have
use it.
6. I have 6 copper. Yeah, we have enough copper bars because I have 6. Stone, I don't have enough. And then clay. Have clay, huh? Clay's gonna be hard.
I think I have some clay. Maybe. I don't
I'm
remember.
looting your chest.
Good. Take all you need. Except the
Okay.
gems. Those are for my wife.
Okay. Goosey almost has enough. We need 1 more clay.
Clay? I have 5 clay.
Okay.
My
I need
wife.
1.
Okay, I got 1. Where are you?
Goosey's house.
Oh god, which one is that?
Hello, sir.
Do you want to just meet in the middle, like where the crops are?
Yeah, I'm in front of my
Okay.
house,
Okay.
and I'm
Also,
holding
Goosey, I
clay.
stole your stone. I don't have enough. I'm stealing your stone. I don't have enough, and then I'll give it back.
That is okay. I've just been stacking all the stone I get up, just in case.
Okay. Thank you, Matcha.
No problem.
Okay. And then I guess I'll just put the silo next to the coop, I guess.
Oh, whose iron ore is ready over here?
Oh, that was mine. You can take it out, though, and take it if you need.
Okay, I was just gonna put my own copper in there. Thank you for the head
Oh.
pats.
She's not working today. It's a Tuesday.
Why?
Stretch and hydrate. Oh, I should do that, shouldn't I?
Mm.
And so should y'all.
Oh.
I already did.
Okay, fine.
I want to play Stardew for 5 hours though. Without taking breaks.
Oh god,
Rosey,
the
no.
bats! I should have
Okay.
kept my hammer!
Thank you for the care package, Void.
Be good. Goosey, the chest in front of your house, are you using it for anything?
I just have it there. I think I have some hay in there though for the chickens. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, you do. You have hay and fiber. I'm just gonna put the materials in there for now.
Alright. I think it was just kind of a community one if anyone needs something.
Oh, okay. So we do have two, like, community kind of chest things. Although one was more like community center.
E.
Frozen tier we don't need.
How many copper bars do you need to upgrade a tool?
I think it's just 5.
Pardon?
5.
Okay, thank you.
E.
I got Omni Geode. Yay!
Ooh.
Yay!
Time for the Geode Gotcha.
What floor are you on right now, Goosey?
73.
Okay.
When I get out here, I'm putting my sword to rest. I do better with a hammer.
That's
Bonk.
fair.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Exactly.
Wait, is the hammer a club?
I don't know. I think mine was actually called a mallet.
I think that's right, yeah.
It took me a second to say that. No, please don't kill me.
I'm coming.
Please come with food. The group is hungry.
I have a little bit. Need to find you first.
Hello.
Just
Food. I would
That's
eat
all
the
I have.
pomegranate, but it's for a bundle.
E.
Just need one more little ladder and I can get out of here.
I'll help. I have full energy anyway, so why not use it?
There's a little slime over there.
Okay. Also, that was my cat. I don't know if you guys heard that.
I don't think I
Ladder.
did.
Meow? Didn't hear the meow meow.
It was more a door, like, shutting kind of thing.
Aww.
All good.
They just lean on the door and they're like, okay.
Baby.
Yeah. I need to seriously smelt copper soon.
Yeah, I'm using this day to smelt a bunch of iron and stuff.
The baby is now clawing at my door.
Oh,
Baby.
Yay! Wait, what? What bundle was pomegranate in? Was it like
The
Glutton?
pantry.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the one I was on.
I keep forgetting we have bats. Bats.
That.
Where is my wife? I have a diamond.
Oh,
Diamond for the wife.
I'm gonna be right back. I need to figure out what my cat is doing.
all good.
Hey. My wife.
My wife.
How you feeling, wife? Ooh, you're only 3 hearts away from the last 2.
Oh. Spicy.
Hells yeah. Hear that, Clint? I'm taking your woman. Isn't it him that wants to get together with Emily and then you kind of cock block him?
Yeah, Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Our cat just flicked litter everywhere. Oh no!
Oh,
Rude kitty.
would anyone like my slingshot?
No, I'm good.
Alright, because I'm putting it in my chest now.
Yeah, that's where mine is too, in my chest.
Wood Mallet, you come back into the fray. I have 25 copper if anyone needs it. The ore. Anyway.
Copper?
Copper.
Copper.
You
Copper.
may have copper if you wish.
Copper.
Copper. Why do I still have jade in here? You may take.
Copper.
Copper.
Oh my god, I can't stop yawning.
Burger.
What?
I can make a burger.
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 Why? Why you like this?
What's happening?
Thing.
All good?
Oh, I just realized I haven't pressed the OK button. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I was busy on something else.
No worries.
We're gonna just put it here for now, I guess.
Oh, tomorrow's the luau.
Oh,
Do we need a pepper? The chimkins are big!
Pepper, no.
They are making eggs.
Yay!
What do we put in the stew?
something good. Like a gold star or higher.
Mm-mm.
What if it's a gold egg?
That'd work.
It's either rarity or quality, I think.
There's also unique dialogue if you put the purple shorts in the stew.
Yeah, that too.
Oh. Did you put the shorts in the stew?
Short stew, just like Mama used to make.
Luffy. I'm stealing this.
Okie dokie.
I don't know why I sell the jade. I'm gonna sell this.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't remember who I was going after. I don't really have good. Oh, right, I was going to Krobus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, iron bars. Who was smelting iron bars?
Oh, that was me. I'll come grab them.
Oh, I'll put it in your chest. We have to grab it one at a time. What chest?
This first one.
Okay. Oh. There you go.
Thank you.
Look at the chimpions go.
Are you done smelting matcha yet?
Yeah, I'm all done.
Okay. Oh, I need coal. I have coal in my chest.
Did I use my geodes? Oh, there's my geodes.
Loopy. Today is not traveling heart day.
No.
It is Monday, not Monday, wait, Friday and Sunday.
Void, that sounds terrible. I'm so sorry.
I forgot we can use the mine carts now. I've been walking
Oh,
around.
damn, me too.
No.
We're getting those steps in, Goostie and I,
Exactly.
for our
I'm living
Fitbit challenge.
I'm living smarter.
The fitness
No,
gram
actually,
pacer test.
living quality. No. Living no, that's not quality either. Living chest.
Huh?
Ooh, I could sell the rest of those.
The fitness gram pacer test. Oh fuck, skeletons.
Did any of you ever have to actually do that in school, though?
Yes, but we called it
I
the beep
did.
test.
We did too.
Fuck the beep test.
It was torture.
It was. Oh, hi.
Hi.
I feel like I did like once and then never again.
Lucky.
You're very lucky. For me, we had that. We had to do a mile test, and then sit-ups in a minute, and push-ups.
Mm.
We
And
had
then
to
they got
do...
red. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say that we had to do the beep test and the 20-minute run, where you had to run in circles for 20 minutes straight.
What the heck? That sounds like torture right there.
It was horrible.
I mean, like, for our mile test, it's just, you just finish it whenever you can before time ends. We're running for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. Oh, skeleton.
It's surprising to hear how different it was for each school, though.
Yeah. And also, like... Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like I had something like very similar to Goostie when I was like, I feel like in elementary school, but probably a lot like better because elementary school kid.
Mm.
But after that, I don't really remembering having like anything like that afterwards. It might have been like, I don't know, band or something.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, I'm dying. I gotta get out of here.
run, Matcha, run.
Oh,
Okay, I
I'm
remember.
almost to level 80, though.
Don't worry, I'll take it over. There's two things I remember. Firstly, they tried to kind of warn us in elementary school, because like by 6th grade for us it was like kindergarten 6, and then 7 and 8 was junior high.
Mhm.
They said, okay, we're gonna practice how you do for a mile run. But literally all the kids just lied about how many laps they finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's why, like, in our school, there was, like, we had to, like, it was, like, in, like, the, like, yard area, like, in the grass, and there was, like, a sidewalk, kind of, and we kind of had to, like, I don't know, there was, like, just a teacher there monitoring the whole time.
I'm almost
Ours-
out of energy, but I need a ladder. Oh no.
You can do it. Believe in you. I don't have anything to eat. Hold on.
Do you need me to bring food?
Bug. I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, though. No worries, Dano. You take care, friend. It was good to see you.
There it is.
Hope you have a good day. Yes, thank you, Goostie.
Oops.
Boots.
Oh yeah, I remember the other thing. The other thing was in high school, for whatever reason, they had an offer like, okay, you can do gym for 1 year, or you can do band practice. You'd have to do it every summer though, and it would be the entire time you're in high school.
Oh, God.
For some reason, people saw more benefit with the band thing. It was like marching band. I was laughing at them when they started regretting their decision.
Lava mine.
Did we need an Omni Geode for something? I don't remember.
I think so.
That
No?
would be in summer.
I'll go bust it open then. Tomorrow.
That's all. We don't. I checked all the bundles. We don't.
Okay, cool. Today's Maru's birthday. I wonder what she likes.
We can make a mayonnaise machine.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I want to go ahead and make it though. Just do what I have. Oh, I don't have much down now.
I think I only have the energy for like one more Stardew day after this.
Right.
Sorry, I'm so tired.
That
You're
is
fine.
okay.
Man. I was trying to give Maru a birthday gift, but our house is locked.
No.
Let me in.
That reminds me. My wife.
My wife. Have a good lurk, Void. Thank you for stopping by.
He's literally right here. She's literally outside.
Who? Maru?
Where?
Like in her house. No, not actually in her house, but like by her house.
The hell?
Just sitting there.
Hold on, I'm coming back.
Run, Matcha, run. My wife is almost my girlfriend.
Let's go.
Yay.
Oh, she is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Eeh.
He loves it. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's get out of here. Alrighty.
Radish salad. Radish salad. Radish salad.
True.
Matcha may be like salad.
Oh.
Right, today's the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the luau. Oh, heck.
Oh, I thought you were meaning like the last day we're playing.
That's also
No.
true.
Or, yeah. How we doing, Chimpkins?
Harvestings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh,
6,
sorry.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 divided by 3. 1 second. Don't pick anything.
I picked 2 things.
You're fine. I
Okay.
counted them.
Who would like to sell these
14
eggs? Because I
divided
sold
by
the other
3.
2.
Each person is gonna get 4, except one is gonna get 1 more.
I'll take 4.
I'll grab 4 too. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, does that leave me with 5?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Then you both may take an egg.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the
Yeah.
egg.
E.
I'm gonna save it for mayonnaise.
This wheat is also ready. I don't know who planted that.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I'll put the hay in the chicken stuff, and the wheat will just turn it into, I don't know. Doesn't it turn into like, what, like a thing when you like?
Flour? I think.
Yeah, but also like, don't you put it into like a cake?
You
Yeah,
can, yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Or you could pickle it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I feel like we need luau. Does anyone have anything for luau stuff?
I have
Checking.
a strawberry, a grape, and unmilled rice. If anyone needs something, I could give you.
I have
Um,
a sweet pea. I don't think they'll accept that. So I would love something if that's okay.
E.
I have no gold things.
That is okay. I am here with the goodies.
Okay.
Yay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Rosie, where are you?
Here. Bye. Thank you.
E.
Alright,
Also,
let's
we keep
go.
forgetting to water these crops, like right here.
Oh. Oops. Sorry.
It's fine. Traveling as a group.
Yay.
It looks
We're
like
going
a
to
car.
We are going to take over the luau. It is ours.
Why should it be like only one thing has to be in the soup?
If it
Like
is,
that we took a different path and we all got there at the same time.
what are you selling?
Oh, yay.
Adding, I can't afford this stuff.
I can't afford Stars Crew. I was very close.
Hi.
I don't want to sell it and buy anything else. I think the ones that I want to go for now is Alex and Sebastian.
Romance-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Get down.
Nice.
Probably more Sebastian than
Get the boys.
Alex, yeah. He's having such a grand time. Just there, just dancing.
Go and go. Go and go.
Look
She's
at her.
busting a move. That's my wife.
Look at her go.
Oh, the sorcerer is down here.
Oh, really? On the dock?
Yeah. I never knew that. Willie's on the other side.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
The mer people are curious about your festivities. Interesting.
Go join them, sorcerer.
They become upset when you litter it into the ocean. Yes.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, I forgot some of them talk twice. Ah.
Yeah.
No going back. It's okay.
E.
Take my rice.
Take my strawberry.
I got a grape. A
I
single,
got a grape.
a single grape into the soup.
This is gonna be one funky soup.
Alrighty, I'll go talk to Lewis. You
Okay.
already? You guys ready to start?
E.
Okay.
Cinematic. It was pretty scary. Oh no.
Eat the soup.
Oh no. Oh, oh. No!
Wait, what happened? Does he not like it?
Oh no! He hates it.
No.
It's a milled rice.
What is the rice?
That's so funny.
No.
Oh no, he doesn't like
should've
rice
kept the
and
egg.
strawberry and grape soup.
I should have kept the egg.
Damn, that's okay. That's so funny.
That was the first I've ever seen that.
Well, that's what they get for just telling us last minute. Oh, tomorrow is the luau.
Yeah, that's
Oh
fair.
my god, that was funny. This is disgusting.
Actually,
Oh my God.
disgusting. Get out.
Actually, fuck this. Alrighty. Is that okay if we end here? Are you guys okay with that?
E.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, I've been sick for the past few days, man.
It's okay. You don't need to apologize.
Matcha,
Rosie.
matcha, I'm coming.
Oh, you're coming to the house before I
I'm
exit the game?
coming.
I'll wait for
I'm
you.
coming.
I'm waiting. Hello.
Hug.
Hug. No!
Goosey.
Oh, I
Get on
can't
the-
place it here.
Get
Oh,
in
no.
on this, Goosey.
I'm kind of scared to place it, honestly, so you are saved for now.
Fair.
Okay.
Alrighty. I will
Okay.
boot you from the game.
Okay.
No, I leave.
Okay. Let me find someone to raid.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Ah! Thank you for the bonk, Goostie.
Hee.
My body is a triangle.
Yeah, you
Triangle.
look like a Christmas Dorito.
Rectangle. Triangle.
Rectangle.
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 Alrighty. Who do I want to raid? Oh man. There are a lot of people alive. Okay,
Why
I
are
think
there
I
so many
know.
people?
I don't know.
Wait, what? I spaced out for like 1 second.
All good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get the raid going.
We were just saying that there were so many people live right now.
Yeah. Alrighty. We're gonna go raid my friend Amy. And yeah, copy and paste the raid message that works for you. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. We had a great time. I had a lot of fun. How about you guys?
I had a lot of fun. It was fun.
Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, we'll be back in a couple of weeks for some more Stardew Valley. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow Goostie and Rosey.
Boost, pat, pat.
Pat, pat.
Pat, pat.
Pat, pat. Yeah, I think that's everything. Take care, everyone. Have an awesome day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.